What's up, friends? Welcome to this week's video. I'm super here for this conversation because I'm going to be taking you through 5 things I wish I knew before I created my first online course. And by the way, I've created so many courses. Some of them are so embarrassing, and I'm so glad they're long gone. But I would truly say, if I was to not try to fib just a little tiny bit with my white lie, that maybe I've made like 10 plus online courses in the tenor of being a full-time entrepreneur for the past 15 years. And so that's a lot of courses, and I've learned so much along the way. Hi, by the way, if you're new to me, I'm Stephanie Gass, and I have created a 7-figure company through podcasting and the power of online courses. And I'm really excited to kind of share with you all the things not to do that I definitely learned the hard way. So let's get into it. Are you ready to grow your online business, make consistent income, start a successful podcast? Welcome to Online Business for Christian Women with Stephanie Gass. It's time to grow, girl. All right, the 5 things I wish I knew before starting and creating my own online courses. Number 1, and these are in no particular order, but the first thing is to coach first. So inside my program, Podcast to Profit, I actually have a 5 client rule, and I have my students coach 5 people before I have them go create a course. Why? Because we don't want to create a product guessing, like throwing spaghetti at the wall, like, I think they want this thing. Like, I'm going to build an online course on decluttering your home, when in actuality, what your clients actually want is how to detox their cleaning products, right? Like, we are in a direction in our niche. Like, we have the things that we're talking about and the things that we're doing on our podcast. But what is the one core problem that we're going to solve with our course? That becomes even more pertinent and relevant than what is the niche of the podcast, right? Because this is the thing people are going to give you money to go and actually execute with them, or not give you money, right? So if you coach first, you kind of get in the room with people in a Zoom room, so to speak, and you just listen and you solve a problem and you listen for consistencies. What are the things they're saying over and over again? What is the one solution that keeps coming up for you as you coach them through it? That is going to give you a lot of clues on what your course should be about. And I just think that that's so important. So coach first and see what, and plus, like, if you don't have enough people to get coaching clients, in my opinion, you probably don't have a large enough audience to get course sales, because coaching is an easier sell than courses in the beginning when your business is new. So I would, again, like, depending on your audience size, coaching is also a really great way to make that revenue and make that extra income a little bit more quickly when you're getting started. So just bonus tips for you there. Number 2, the second thing that I wish I knew before I started my own online courses was to not sign up for a crazy expensive course hosting platform. I signed up for one of the fancy ones, and I was paying, by the end of this whole thing, like $1,200 to $1,500 a year just hosting my courses. And so imagine if you have a smaller audience, like, how many courses do you have to sell to even break even on your course hosting? So I actually turned off all my fancy course hosting, and we migrated over to a platform called Learn, which is hosted through Thrivecart. And we'll pop that link up for you guys here, but it's a one-time investment. Like, don't hold me on this number, but between $600 and $800-ish bucks, one-time investment forever, amen, at least right now at the time of making this video. You can host your courses there, and you can have your checkout, all the different checkouts, as many as you want, hosted in Thrivecart as well. And you can have an affiliate program in there. Like, I love it. It's amazing. It does great tax reporting for your bookkeepers. Like, Thrivecart all day. And then just when you purchase, make sure that it includes Learn, which is the course hosting portion of their program. All my courses are now hosted there at the time of recording this video. I don't see myself not being hosted there for any reason, because my hosting is now literally free, minus that one-time investment that I made in Thrivecart like 4 years ago. So save money, save time, and host your courses through Thrivecart. All right, the third thing I wish I knew before creating my own online courses was to run it live first, at least once, maybe twice. So what do I mean by this? Well, if you're gonna go and create a course on communication for newlyweds, and you are kind of newish in your business or you haven't done a lot of coaching before, if you can run like 2, 3, 4 people through this thing live, you're gonna work out all the kinks and you're gonna figure out like, oh, that module really didn't resonate, or oh, they really needed more support on step 3. Those little tweaks that you make are gonna give you much more clarity on creating something in an online course format that's going to be a bit more evergreen. The worst thing, ask me how I know, is to record a whole thing, and then like a couple weeks later realize like, oh man, I left out a really important step, or this whole thing's out of order, or I did this other thing because I didn't work out the kinks. So if you can run it live once, twice is even better before you package it up in a time capsule as a fully passive online course. That's going to really help you in the long run. Number 4, the fourth thing I wish I known before starting a podcast is to price it as a beta. So after doing like 4 or 5 courses and really struggling to actually make anything stick because I was definitely all over the place, I ended up running my top selling course, Podcast Pro University, as a beta. So I took 5 people through the course live at $250. It is now a $997 course. But at the time, this was 4 years ago, I took them through at this really low price and I let them kind of run through it with me. Well, back to point number 3, I ran it live, so that really worked out the kinks. But to this point number 4, pricing it really low got me a bunch of yeses so that I could actively try out my program and actively test my method on real human beings. And I needed more than one person. So having it priced at a really, really easy yes, I think is so important. You can call it beta. You can call it like early bird. You can call it round 1. You can call it founding membership pricing. Like any of those things are going to be a yes for you to get a bunch more people in the door. And pro tip, bonus tip, you can always increase your prices over time, but you can't decrease, because then the people who paid more are mad and like it's a whole thing. So always start a little bit lower. And I have so many episodes on this stuff. You guys, by the way, if you're not subscribed to my podcast, please go check it out. Online Business for Christian Women, wherever you listen to podcasts. And I have over 760 episodes. Search for my course ones. By the way, we have a full podcast catalog for you in my Facebook group, which is at stephgasscommunity.com. You can search for course and all my course episodes will pop up to give you even more insight on building online courses. We'll link all of that below for you as well. All right, the fifth and final, but last but not least, thing I wish I knew before I started my own online course is to know you're going to revise it. So anybody who is my perfectionism type 1 Enneagram, like really panicked, like analysis paralysis type of personality, you gotta bless and release. You've gotta just move forward. You have the knowledge, you've done some coaching, you have a brand, you've got your podcast going, you're generating leads. It's time to build the course. Don't stay stuck. Do the thing and just give yourself permission to know in 12 months from now, I'll refresh, I'll optimize. Complete permission for this to not be the holy grail, the forever and ever amen. You're gonna learn, you're gonna grow, and you are going to optimize. My group coaching program, Podcast to Profit, which is my program where I teach people how to create online courses, it's on its 4th iteration. So that baby has been, it started as a group coaching program with me and a video and like no slides, super scrappy, right? It evolved into a 3-month program. It evolved into 6 months. And now it's this crazy epic group coaching program I have coaches in there. We have office hours, spotlight coaching. We have templates, plug and play for everything, drag and drop. Like if there was any program that would help you make your business so successful with zero confusion step by step from a podcast, it's Podcast to Profit. And I am so obsessed with it. But it took me 4 iterations to get here, right? Like, what if I never started because it wasn't perfect? So my point is, You've got to just move forward and know as you press into your own lid every time, the lid pops off and you have a new lid. But if we never press into it, it never pops off. So you've got to just start with what you know, do the best that you can with what you have, and believe that God will pave a way for you to continue to work on it and to grow into it in the future. So those are the 5 things that I wish I knew before I started my online courses. By the way, if you want to check out my courses, the Stephanie Gass School can be found at stephaniegass.com/school. I have a solution for you no matter where you are. I have no idea where to start in my business. I've got a clarity course. I don't have a podcast yet and I need to so I can grow those leads and generate those clients in a really organic, easy way. I have Podcast Pro University. Or lastly, I have a podcast or I'm super close to launching one and I need to build a course. I need to build a coaching business. I need to monetize. I need to be sending emails. I need to scale. I really want to get this business to grow and to be optimized so that I can make money. That group coaching program, Podcast to Profit, so many P's, is for you. Everything, all details at stephaniegass.com/school. I'll check you out over there. Hey, thanks so much for checking out this video. I hope that it helped you, encouraged you, blessed you, and helped you in some way. If so, be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any of our videos. Be sure to share this video with a friend who might be looking for some encouragement in their business, life, or their faith walk. And lastly, please come and check out the podcast where we have so many hundreds of episodes to support you in your growth journey as an online entrepreneur. And that can be found at Online Business for Christian Women. And don't forget about all the ways that we can help you grow for free by checking out the free workshops, freeclarityworkshop.com and podcastforgrowth.com, and the ways that we can work together at stephaniegass.com/school. I will see you again next week. Thanks for being here and God bless.